afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the Army. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to X. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to the Arsenal versus Real Madrid match preview, which is obviously kicking off tonight at 8 o'clock. Obviously, as you know, I won't be doing watch along due to the fact it's school night. Hopefully, I'll be doing the second leg, though. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'll be honest, if we are losing 3-0 from the first leg, I won't bother with the second leg. But if we're still in the tie, I will do the watch along next week because it won't be a school night. So, yeah, I'll do that. Big up to Michael. Hope you're doing well. Saying, come on, you Gunners. Big up to BX. Saying, come on, you Gunners as well. Big up to Geeks. Saying, hello, Bobby. Hello, chat. Come on, you Gunners. Our season comes down to this match. Yep. That's pretty much... how I see it, unfortunately, mate. Big up to Chris saying, big up, mate. Hope you are well. Is there a match tonight? Yes, there is. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to watching it. I'm just slightly dreading it a little bit. For me, Arsenal fans are playing with football gods without basically just not respecting the opponents. I don't like doing that. I will disrespect Ipswich Town Football Club because it's a scum place. But other than that, I don't disrespect any club. Everyone knows I'm only joking about Ipswich Town. I have to deal with them, and I respect them, but I just can't stand the place. But yeah, I'm just slightly worried. Only if they show us who are the men. Big up to Goal and Lake TV. Hope you're doing well. Well, we really need to turn up tonight. Everyone was talking about the penalty decision, blah blah blah, on the weekend. I was more concerned about how poor we were than a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty. But I was more concerned about the performance than worrying about a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty. Because that's the problem with Arsenal fans. We seem to focus on a decision that went against us instead of actually looking at our performance, which wasn't good enough. School. It's the north-south divide, isn't it? It's really weird. Some people are already off this week, and they will go back after Easter. Where for my son, Easter's literally in the middle. So we've got 1 week before, 1 week after. So it's mad. The weirdest part is when he goes back, he's only got 4 weeks until another week off. But yeah, I can see a draw or a big win either way. But let's face it, Madrid are the heavy favourites. Of course they are. All you got to do is compare goalkeepers, defence, midfield, forwards. I would argue that our defence is slightly better. Other than that, we are defeated in the other 3 areas. But that's how I look at it. For once, a weekend of Liverpool losing, even though don't mean anything, just delays inevitable, and Carlisle winning a meaningless game. Yes, unfortunately. B-Tech, Lord Voldemort Kelly scoring his first goals, and B-Tech Patrick Tuman at centre-back scoring a winner. I'm glad you had a win, though, Mo. I believe they will take the ball by the horn. Well, I hope so. The problem is I haven't seen it in the previous games, and that's why I'm doubting it. We've played some awful games in the Premier League, and that is what concerns me. That I just have to be honest. Champions League, when we play PSV, in all fairness, we do look like a slightly different team, but Premier League performances just not good. Carlo atmosphere was a funeral for really. Jeez, wow. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on to the preview. So, form guide for both teams. Obviously, we drew with Everton, beat Fulham, beat Chelsea, drew with United, drew with Nottingham Forest. Real Madrid, they lost at home to Valencia. They beat Leganés, they beat Villarreal, they beat Rayo Vallecano, and they lost to Real Betis. We're both second in our respective leagues. They have won 19 compared to us, who've won 17. They've drawn 6. We've drawn 11. They've lost 5. We've lost 3. Goals scored per game. Now, these details are Champions League stats only. Obviously, the first part is in their league. Now it's all Champions League stats. So goals scored per Champions League game is 2.3 for Real Madrid compared to Arsenal's 2.5. Obviously, the 7-1 helped. Goal conversion, 19% for Arsenal, 15% for Real Madrid. Goals conceded per game for Arsenal is 0.6 compared to Real Madrid's 1.4. Chances created per game, exactly the same, 3.8. Clean sheets for Arsenal is 5 compared to Real Madrid's of only 1. Home form, we've played 4 times at home. We've won 4, scored 9, conceded none. That's our home form. Now, Real Madrid's away form is interesting. Played 4, won 2, drawn none, lost 2, goals scored 6, goals conceded 5. See, when you start reading some of this, you kind of feel a bit of confidence building. But I'll be honest, not a lot for me, if I'm honest. Average possession per game is 52.4 for Arsenal, 52.6 for Real Madrid. So it's going to be very, very close possession-wise tonight, I believe. XG for Arsenal is 19 compared to Real Madrid's 26.7. Shots on target for Arsenal is 5.8 compared to Real Madrid's 6.8. Accuracy in passing per game, we are quite low on this, 413.7 per game, which is 87% accuracy. Real Madrid are 504.7, which is 90% accuracy. Accuracy in long balls, 14.7 for Arsenal, 25.5 for Real Madrid. Accuracy in crossing, 4.9. Real Madrid, 2.8. XG conceded 8.8 for Arsenal, 19.6 for Real Madrid. Fouls per match, Real Madrid are slightly the dirtier team. And the final one, goals. 28 goals for Real Madrid, 24 from open play, 3 from set pieces, and 1 penalty. For Arsenal, 25 goals, 19 from open play, 2 from set pieces, 1 free kick, 2 penalties, 1 own goal, and a partridge in a pear tree. So let's take that off for a moment before we go on to the next part, which is injuries. The obvious issue, we will need to be clinical and decisive, which has not been us this season, 100%. We were against PSV, but then to be fair, PSV game was a Benny Hill show of defending. Wasn't happy with Liverpool performance, but I was feeling like poop performance, just win our home games and Leicester game, which we will, 100%. Understand their flaws, but there's a certain time whereby you prove all critics wrong. Let's hope so. The stats in the Champions League disfavour us, but Madrid can turn it on in the final straight. Totally agree. Took us till April to lose our first away league game. What a great start to F1 season. The 3 title contenders already get racing wins. Fantastic weekend for Hangzhou. Yeah, the less said about the Japanese Grand Prix for me, the better. I hated it. It was, I don't know about you, even as a neutral, I'm sure that was not an entertaining F1 race. I just felt like no one cared. They just thought, we're just going to have a nice leisurely Sunday drive. No retirements, nothing really of significant happened. It was quite a dull race. And obviously I hated the fact that Max won, but I just felt the whole race was dull. In my opinion, didn't enjoy it at all. But yeah, Real Madrid in their previous matches haven't been good at all. Now, look, a lot of people have been saying how bad Real Madrid, and they are defensively, they're shocking. Their midfield needs a little bit of work, but their front three, yeah. I think it will be very hard to find anybody that wouldn't want at least 2 of their players front three. That's how I look at it. Japan, it was absolutely dull. Maybe Norris and Piastri should have swapped, but I still think Max would have won. People have been saying that about Madrid in previous years, and they still won. Yeah, I don't disrespect. I will never, ever upset the football gods. Ever. I will respect Madrid, even if they're in a bad season. They're in a bad season, but they're still challenging Barcelona for the title. So how bad can it be? You look at us. We're not challenging for the title. We're out of it. But according to certain aspects of our fan base, we're going to beat Real Madrid. So, yeah, make it make sense. Every big club is awful until they play us. There you go. There you go. That's the best way of putting it, mate. Right, let's have a look. Right, this is the injury list. There might be a shock tonight. We'll wait and see. Calafiori is out till late April. Tomiyasu is out for the season. Jesus season. Havertz season. Gabriel season for Real Madrid. Lunin is out. Kind of out. I put mid-April, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was on the bench. Mendy is out. Militao is out for the season. Carvajal is out for the season. Ceballos is a doubt, but I don't believe he was in the squad that they release. Real Madrid are very weird. They released their Champions League squad way before. I think 2 days before. I don't think Ceballos is actually in the team, so he definitely won't be playing. But injury-wise, he's a doubt. Tchouaméni is suspended, and so is Sterling. Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, only ones that get in Madrid team for me. Bellingham, yep. I think it's a little bit close between Rodrigo and Saka, but I think Rodrigo just does it. Obviously, it's ridiculous talking about Mbappe and Havertz, especially talking about Vinicius Junior and Martinelli. Left back, obviously Mendy fit, then Mendy gets that. I think Rudiger be quite interesting in who we would drop, like Saliba, Gabriel, Rudiger. I think it's quite close between the three of them. I do respect Rudiger. I think is a slightly interesting centre back with the way that he defends, but I still don't disrespect the guy. Right back, I can't think of anybody that actually Carvajal. A few years ago, Carvajal walks it, but I think nowadays possibly Timber, because Timber does look really, really good as a right back, and Ben White, when he's fully fit, is also a very good right back. So yeah, I think you're pretty much right there, if I'm honest. Fully fit Saka gets a shout. Yep, as I said. I'm done with imagining there will be a miracle, but our work rate will be at the last straw. We need to perform. We need 100% out of everybody, including Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, I'll be honest, the spotlight's going to be on him tonight. And, if he does not perform tonight, I will start calling him out more and more and questioning whether or not he should even be at the Arsenal next season, because there are better. For what we need, as in the type of player we need, there's better than Odegaard. And he needs to remember that. 1 minute people would put Mbappe up front instead of Mourinho. Jesus Christ, I hope not. One of Saliba, Gabriel plays alongside Rudiger for me. I would put Timber left back. Ooh, I don't know. I like Mendy. Carvajal now, yeah, decent. A couple of seasons ago, amazing. It's a tough one. It is a tough one, I have to be honest. But Saka, I still don't think he's better than Rodrigo, personally. The reason I'm saying that is it's mainly down to Mikel, because he keeps the restraints on him. Saka unrestrained, possible. But I haven't seen Saka unrestrained for quite a while. So, it's quite a hard one to do. Right, let's talk about my 5 to watch. There's going to be absolutely no shocks here, people. But here are my 5 to watch anyway. Okay, we'll start with Valverde. It would not shock you that I would have him in our team in a heartbeat. Bellingham, again, have him in our team in a heartbeat if I could. Their quality, and I love the fact that people are having a pop at Jude, and I do swear I swear they forget how old he is. He's only 21. He's still only 21. He's not even at the peak of his career yet. There are going to be stuff that he needs to improve. Of course there is. He's only 21. But let's just chill. He is still quality. He had, yeah. I find people quite funny sometimes when they have a pop at Jude. Rodrigo, obviously it's their front three because they are going to be a problem tonight with Gabriel missing, and it is a huge loss. I'm not going to say that it's not a huge loss because it is. When you've this is not the good old days when we had Adams, Bold, Keown. This is more like the days where we had Adams, Bold, and Andy Linnigan. I love Andy Linnigan. I will always respect Andy Linnigan. He scored an important goal in the game that I watched. But it's still a drop-off, and that is my concern. So, yeah, obviously their front three, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and Mbappe. Battles. It's interesting because I don't know where Camavinga's going to play tonight. There is mention that Vasquez and Alaba are the fullbacks tonight. Camavinga will be in midfield. So I think I've got this right. Because there was talk of Camavinga dropping back and Valverde dropping back into fullback roles, which made no sense. But Camavinga is amazing. There's no other way of putting it. I would have him in a heartbeat as well. I absolutely love Camavinga. I could have picked easily 7 or 8 players in the Real Madrid team, if I'm honest. Camavinga, obviously, Tielemans out, but if he was not suspended, I would have picked him. Endrick, I'm impressed by him and what I've seen. There's so many good players in the Real Madrid team. But anyway, Bouncers, Camavinga, party. For everyone saying, Real Madrid have been poor this season in the Champions League, if you compare the stats to Thomas Partey, Camavinga's having a party, literally party, because his stats outshine Thomas Partey's. David De Gea against Courtois. I do think Courtois will play. I'll be shocked if there is any other decision made. He is just coming back, but you'd be mad not to pick Courtois. Top goal scorers, now Saka's back. He is back as being the top goal scorer. I think he's just behind Kai, And obviously Kai's out injured. He's got 4 goals in 5 appearances. Obviously, Kai has only played 5 games in the Champions League because of obviously injury, but he's still the top goal scorer. Yeah, make it make sense. 31% goal conversion for Saka compared to Mbappe's 15. He's got 7 goals in 12 games. Magic Maker, Modric against Trossard. I know it seems a very strange matchup, but they are the top assist makers for the team. So it is what it is. I have to put that who's there. Let's have a look. Productive teamwork show is the deal. Come on, you Gunners. Rudiger, Camavinga, unlucky to miss out on this. I watch F1 on Channel 4. Big up to you. I watch it on Sky. I do like watching it on Sky, to be fair. Liverpool losing after Arsenal dropped points some season up. Yes, it does. Camavinga has done a fullback, to be honest. Yes, he is a very good fullback. Him in midfield is just something else. He is an animal. I would love him to come to the Arsenal. Absolutely love him. I would not be concerned if he was our signing for next summer and he was in our team. For me, he's like a Patch Vieira. I just love him. Absolutely. I'm obsessed with the kid. I think he's absolutely fantastic. White right back, Timber centre back, says Mohammed. I've seen a lot of people doing that. Not a lot of people have done that tonight. I'll be honest, no one has. No, No, they haven't. I don't think anyone's done it. We've been 100% aware of our environment around the pitch, and again, the killer instinct deployed. Exactly. Heart says 2-1 win. Head says 2-2. Stupid head. No, there's nothing wrong with thinking that we'll win. Like I said, it's your opinion, Michael. And as I said in the group WhatsApp, at the end of the day, it's your opinion. I'm not going to say you're stupid for saying that we could win. When you get into the retro challenge in a bit, I guarantee no one thought we would beat them 1-0 on aggregate with the team that we had. So, and didn't even concede a goal against the Real Madrid that we were playing. No one would have ever said that back then. But it could happen. We could literally draw one of them and just get a goal from nowhere and just hold out. That's how we could beat them. Like I said, I think the only way we can beat them personally is getting them to penalties. That is the only way I feel we can get them. So there's nothing stupid about thinking that we'll win, mate, honestly. But yeah, let's get into chosen lineups. Okay, so this is the first team of Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Lewis Skelly in midfield, Waneri, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but I actually love it. Personally, I think Lewis Skelly and Waneri in the midfield would be absolutely class. And why not? Why not give it a go? Because I'll be honest, Odegaard hasn't performed. He's not shown me anything to say, oh, he must play. Because I'll be honest, I'd drop him. But that's me. And this is, the people that have chosen this team. I've got no issues with it. So I'm going to give this an 8 because I like it. Lewis Skelly is a brilliant midfielder. He's a decent fullback, but he's a much better midfielder. Next team at Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli up front. I am going to shock people. I'm going to give this a 7 because I don't want... I'll be honest, I would quite happily not see Odegaard tonight. I just don't feel he's the man. He's not proven to me that he deserves to play. He's not given me any sign that he should play. He came on against Everton. Did anyone notice? Because I certainly didn't. So, yeah, I personally am going to give that a 7. I do apologise, but... next team, Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Rice, Waneri, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli. That is easily an 8. So, yeah, we'll just move on for that one, to be fair. That's just an 8. It's a good team. Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Odegaard, Waneri, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli. Now, this is where I differ from what I said earlier. Odegaard not playing in the 10 is a much better idea. Putting him as the number 8, much better idea, because I do believe he will do that as a better job. Because you don't need that creative spark from him. He can just do what he does and we can all just enjoy the rest of our day. So, yeah, I'm going to give that an 8 as well. And final two teams, Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Lewis Skelly, Odegaard. Right. Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. No, that one's going to go 7 again because I don't want to see Odegaard as the number 10. I'll stick with the same answer for the next one. Raya White, Saliba, Kivior, Timber, Partey, Rice, Odegaard. Yeah, 7. Sorry, guys, but I am done with Odegaard for this season. He needs a good break, personally. And, yeah, leave me alone. Raya White. Rice at centre back, and he's played. Yes, he has. He did that in the youth as well, so he definitely knows how to be a centre back. Saliba, Timber, Partey, Lewis Skelly went. That is delicious. Saka, Martinelli as the number 9. Trossard should have momentum after scoring at Everton. Yes, agree. That's an 8. Not a problem with that. Big up to the 100 people currently watching. Right, you have tuned in for the right time because now it's challenge time. Challenge. Okay, for people that don't know how to play the game, you've got to choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition. No unavailable players. 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 forward from the opposition. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is always selected, so it is Arsenal's formation tonight. No former players, present squad only. Now, bear in mind, there are 2 challenges. So this one is the normal one. This is where you choose Real Madrid's team, Arsenal's team. 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the Real Madrid, and enjoy it. Okay, so whilst you all do that, I will go in to the teams that have been selected. So we're going to start with Santiago, who has gone with Raya, White, Rudiger, Saliba, Timber, Modric, Rice, Bellingham, Saka, Vinicius Jr., and Mbappe. Right. I feel there's a 9. I have to be honest, there's too many injuries for me to be able to do a 10. I did think that there could be, but I feel a 9 is good enough because I just feel there's too much weakness in both teams to actually give a 10. So 9 is the maximum score. Right. So Raya, White, Rudiger. So I'm just doing this through my head so I can work it out. I can't see how I can't give that a 9, if I'm honest. So I'm going to give that a 9. Santiago gets a 9. Okay. Andrea needs to improve on this. I have to be honest. I know I've been picking on him recently. I'll keep going. It's your time to play again. I'm basically trying to train him to do this as well as he possibly can. And he's doing his best, to be fair. But this is, not good. He's gone Raya, Vasquez, Saliba, Timber, Garcia, Partey, Rice, Bellingham, Saka, Vinicius Jr., and Mbappe. I'm sorry, Andrea. He's not going to like me enough of this.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no.
No. Vasquez, no. No. No, no. Don't like him. I won't work too closely for him to ever say that to me, to be fair. To be fair, he can just say, I don't want to do it, but he does actually get his pen and paper ready. He's like, oh, yeah, come on then. But I do question him. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my God. But look, he'll get there. He'll get better. Because I'm going to keep testing him until he gets a really good score. But yeah, this was not good. He didn't take part in the retro challenge. That was 2 other people. The retro one's definitely different. But yeah, honestly speaking, Odegaard should give in more from his drowsy quality. Should from now be the captain. Fantastic. It's 100% displayed today. We need that tonight. We definitely need that. Look, at the end of the day, if he gives me 100% and has an outstanding game, I will say he's had an outstanding game. I don't have agendas. I just don't think he's good enough. At the moment, he's not, because he's not being good enough. You know, I'm not going to defend just because, I think he could be world class, meaning I'm going to defend him. I'm not going to defend him. You know, you're putting on the Arsenal shirt, you're earning a lot of money playing for the Arsenal, perform for the Arsenal. So, yeah, it is what it is. Chris, you've had a go. Right. Courtois, White, Saliba, Rudiger, Timber, Camavinga. Oh. 9. Easy. Not even going to have to go for the rest. Camavinga, Valverde, Van Neri. Oh, yeah. Yes. I actually like that as well because it's different. You know, I think if I was to ask the hundreds of people that I asked to do these shows, would be, I guarantee 95% would have said Mbappe and more, to be fair. I think maybe all of them. It wouldn't shock me if everyone just said Mbappe. So I like the fact you've gone for something different. So well done, Chris. Least I forget, everyone should all come out with their soccer boots. That would also be quite awful. Yeah. Yes, please don't leave your soccer boots in the dressing room. But look, at the end of the day, let's see what happens. But he needs to perform tonight in terms of Odegaard, by the way. I don't care about Mbappe. But anyway, retro challenge time. Okay, so this is fairly similar to the other one. However, you have a squad list on this one. So you get to choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition. Any player from the squad list can be selected. 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 forward from the opposition must be selected. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is always selected. So this is where I reveal. Obviously, it's not going to be a shock to it because we've only played Real Madrid once in the Champions League, so it's not a surprise that this is the fixture that I've gone with, and it's not going to be a surprise for next week. So, for the first time ever, you can actually do your research and get ready for next week's show. In fact, you know what's going to happen. You know the teams, so you're more than welcome to get your research done and pick an outstanding team. So yeah, it was 0-0 back in 2006, 8th of March in the Champions League. We drew 0-0 at Highbury. And this was the squads. Let's quickly go into Chris's comment. Mbappe, Vinicius, great players. I'll say clutch players for me. Don't like their attitudes, to be honest. Painful missing Modric out. Yeah, it is, to be fair. But no, I do agree. I'm not the greatest fan of Mbappe's attitude. Vinicius Jr., a little bit better than Mbappe's attitude, but still not good. But I would take Vinicius Jr. in a heartbeat if someone said, "Oh, he's available." Yeah, I'm having him. But Mbappe is something else. I think Mbappe upsets dressing rooms. I know a lot of people would probably disagree, but I think PSG are better without Mbappe in the team. And I think Real Madrid will be better without Mbappe in the team. Personally, that's just my opinion. I just think he has upset things. It just does. And PSG look like an animal now. But anyway, let's get on to the challenge teams. So we're going to start with Real Madrid's team. This was Casillas, Salgado, Ramos, Raul Bravo, Roberto Carlos, Gravison, Beckham, Guti, Zidane, Raul, Ronaldo. On the subs bench was Diego Lopez, Helguera, Batista, Robinho, Cicinho, Cassano, and Diogo. The manager was Vincent Del Bosque. For Arsenal, it was Lehmann, Eboué, Touré, Senderos. Flamini was a left back. Kleb, Fabregas, Gilberto Silva, Reyes, Lundberg, and Henry. Almunia, Diaby, Perez, Bergkamp, Song, Walcott, and Giroud were the subs. So you can pick any 6 from the Arsenal and 5 from Real Madrid from these squad lists. I don't honestly think that you're going to be able to get a 10. Mainly because of the Arsenal defence, if I'm honest. I just don't think you can get a 10 from this. So I'm going to have to max score this as a 9. I just feel there's too much weakness in the Arsenal backline. If this was like Campbell, Adams, Cole, then it's going to be a 10. But I feel a 9. I just don't see a 10, personally. I'm trying to look at it myself. I don't actually play these much myself anymore. I just now create them. I don't actually play them as much anymore. I used to play these all the time, but yeah, I just create them nowadays. That's what I do. I just feel there is not a 10 there. Yeah, it's too much weakness. Raul Bravo, decent. I suppose Torres, Ramos, Salgado. You know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it because I'm playing it in my head. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing it in my head. There is a 10 there. Okay, there is definitely a 10. All right, tonight's match shouldn't be centered on one player quality, but every player should give their best. That's what I need. I need everyone performing tonight. I know everyone's going to be going, oh, Saka. Odegaard. People will be picking on Declan Rice. But no, you are right. Everyone needs to perform tonight. And that's what I need. I need everybody to perform to the best of their abilities. So yeah, I'm going to give you another. I'm going to roll this up to 37 minutes, and then I'll go through to the teams that people have already picked. If you need more time or you need to see the teams again, let me know. But I think you probably just about have enough time. There we go. There's 37 minutes gone. Right. Let's move it on to the two people that have taken part. We're going to start with David's team. Okay, so I have set there to be a 10 now. So here we go. Let's see if anyone gets a 10. Right, David has gone with Lehmann, Eboué, Ramos, Torre, Roberto Carlos, Gilberto Silva, Zidane, Fabregas, Beckham, Henry, Ronaldo. Okay. Lemon, quality. Eboué, to be fair, good player. Ramos, Toure, best defense you can get there. Roberto Carlos, yes. Gilberto Silva, yes. Yeah, that's a 10. David, yeah, done well. Dennis has gone with Lehmann, Eboué, Ramos, Toure, Roberto Carlos, Fabregas, Guti, Zidane, Pirlo. Oh, Jesus. Can you get an 11? That's a 10. They're both. Oh, Jesus, you've done very well indeed. And finally, let's do Chris's. Let's just take that off because I do actually like to see them off bits. Casillas, Eboué, Toure, Ramos, Carlos, Fabregas, Zidane, Guti, Beckham on the right wing, Bergkamp, Henry on left wing. Oh, yeah. I'll be honest. Yes, I agree. Right. Of course. I don't know why I'm going. It's 10. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Right. Predictions. I know that Michael went with 2-1 to the Arsenal, but possibly 2-2. So, yeah. I don't know what I don't know what I want to. Can we hold them out? I'm going to go mad here, people. So bear in mind that. I'm going to go mad. I'm going to go. I'm scared to say it at the moment. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Real Madrid. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 2-1 to Real Madrid. I don't see us holding them out. If we can hold them out, then fantastic. Obviously, the match reaction will be tomorrow. It will be around the same time, 4 o'clock. It's the easiest time that I can find. But yeah, I just, for me, Real Madrid is just too good. Chris going for a 3-0 to Real Madrid, mate. You're not going to upset me, mate. Honestly, I can see it. I can see us losing 3-0. We are not as good as what people think we are, because I watch Premier League games. This is the thing. I watch us constantly. I do the match reactions constantly. I do the match previews constantly. I see all the stats. I see every game from many different angles. We're not as good as we think we are. Next season, different story. And I will be a lot more confident next season. But right now, Jesus, no. We are quite fortunate that there are certain clubs that have not performed this season, because I don't think would be even top where we are right now. So yeah, Real Madrid will turn up with a game at some point. Oh, 100% they will. Arteta shouldn't blink twice or experiment on tonight's match, says Goal. Mohammed going for 2-1 to the Arsenal. If Arsenal still in tie, then Brentford game will be meaningless to you. Yes, we got them Saturday night, 5:30. I will be doing it. Preview will be Friday. Friday night. There will be a watch along as well. So yeah, it's a good point. Actually, we will probably change a hell of a lot for that Brentford game. Goal going 1-0 to the Arsenal. I have seen it. You have seen it. Oh, can you give us this bit of confidence, please, Goal? Because I haven't seen it. I'll be honest. I wanted to get Pires in, but I couldn't. No, look, front line wise, I think defence was quite easy actually because Arsenal's had really bad defence. But yeah, frontline, my God, you're missing out on so many different players. It's mental how crazy that challenge was, to be honest. But guys, thank you ever so much, as always, for tuning in. Big up to the 120 people currently watching. Do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow around the same time. Might be a little bit later tomorrow. Probably 4:15 for the match reaction. But that will be tomorrow. Then Friday night will be the match preview for Brentford. Watch along will be on Saturday night. Match reaction Saturday night. Sunday, because it's half term, I should be doing a show about 7 o'clock. It'll be another Hard Truth. Be a Hard Truth on Sunday night. Transfer related. So yeah. I was teasing Fabregas, Zidane, Beckham. Oh, mate, honestly, you couldn't. So many different combinations you could do. Marino saves us all. Yeah, well, it is going to be a Hard Truth on because I'll be honest, I am going to upset at least 99.9% of the Arsenal fans when I do my fantasy window on Sunday. I am going to upset a lot of people. I know I am, but it's my transfer window, so I am going to do what I think we should do personally. So I'm going to upset so many people. That's why I'm putting it as the Hard Truth. I'm not doing it as a gentle show. It's just my truth. But guys, I'm out of here. Speak to you later. I'll definitely see you tomorrow, but I hope we have a good game tonight. But for the neutrals, I just hope it's a good game, just generally. Speak to you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.